Basically, we're just living in London. What do you expect? We're just living in London. Basically, we're just living in London, cuz. What do you expect? We're living in London. Yo, anything you see, anything happens. Like, it doesn't matter, we're living in London. What do you think? What do you expect? Where do you think we're living? Yo, Esky boy. Oh my days, where are we living? Cause when I'm rolling, no security guards, I'm living in London. Everything London. Ask anybody, any place, I work with any race, the whole point's money. So if I'm gonna be rich, gotta be open-minded. Looking at the lights too long, get blinded. Ha, alright, you tried it. Watch when I see him on the road, I'll find him. Might see me first and catch me slipping. Not likely though, it's not likely, so I keep spitting. Drive so fast, the clock keeps ticking. There's not enough hours in a day, I'm flipping out. On road for weeks, I ain't been home yet, mum's flipping out. From child to man, I've been lawless, I'm living in London, hustling flawless. We're just living in London, living in London, living in London, living in London. We're just living in London, living in London, living in London, living in London. We're just living in London, 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 living in London.
Like I'm living in London, south of the river, like I'm bound to deliver right on the biggest eight. It's nuts how we're living like mainframe stuck on the figures like mass no division like. Just a couple of niggas moving a pen and the youngers are ridden the roads bigger than men. On the road from any age bigger than 10 and a man move food like Sainsbury's delivery men. It's nuts in the ends, just better man that you can't trust in the ends. So be careful, the man them get you and they'll eat you ready like the Hannibal Lecter. Cause the man they're only trying to hear peace, so you know they'll be on their toes like their bare feet. That's how it is down there. Like LD, yeah, we do it big down there.
We're just living in London, living in London, living in London, living in London. We're just living in London, living in London, living in London, living in London. We're just living in London, 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 living in London.
Look, I'm living in London, the lifestyle's hat weird, and the roads ain't safe, so I went two ways. That's half on a black star Lamboy. You can't see me, I'm high town Lamboy. I drive past all tinted leaning, trying to keep up with the rich ones done no. I put white gold scrolls on my bracelet, still got my goon face on, no facelift. Face it, it's basic. Get money's the road I will live by. Onto the money all day like there's no night. If you don't like money, then rude boy, stay broke, no hype. London, east side, E3 bowl. London life ain't easy, no cash. Cars cost moving O's. Strides I'm out, I'll be back, you know.
We're just living in London, living in London, living in London, living in London. We're just living in London, living in London, living in London, living in London. We're just living in London, 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 living in London.